She is a spoken word performer, a former competitive storyteller, and a Twitter wise ass. That was good background music. She is not a kicked over Heineken bottle. She is a Twitter wise ass though, and if you follow her, you will understand what I'm saying. Stephanie Rogers realized her love for the written word early and was inspired to create her own poetic works. She has been published in the Iliad Press anthology Muses and Playboy magazine, so that lets you know where this shit is gonna go. It's not quite Penthouse Forum, but it's slightly cleaner. She has participated in workshops with Cave Canem and Urban Word and has been a featured performer at Stark Open Wide, as well as the famed New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Her first book, Just Something I've Got to Say, dedicated to the middle finger moments of city living. Those fuck you moments you've gotta write about. Loving and Writing. It will be released in January of 2012, this month. She is a member of our Inspired Word family. She has been with us through many venues and is here to feature tonight at 116 MacDougal. Stephanie Rogers.
Inspired Word! How y'all doing? That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Usually I greet an audience in the name of the last African-American colony in Flushing, Queens. But tonight I am honored to greet you as a proud member of the Inspired Word family.
All right.
Clap for that. I finally found a way to categorize my poetry. Sometimes it's just words of things that inspire me. Sometimes it's words of things that I need to heal. Sometimes it's just things that piss me off.
All right.
Here's an example.
Yes.
Dear Sir.
Oh no.
And I use that term very loosely at this point. I am completely aware that your impression that I appear to be the quietest woman in this office is probably the only reason I've been able to maintain my status of employment thus far. I have acclimated myself with the fact that at certain times of the day you will be incapable of seeing an email I placed on your chair, on your keyboard, or in front of your face less than 3 minutes ago, and must therefore launch an expedition to find said email that Dr. Livingston himself would be incredulous. And I totally understand that even though I'm 5 steps away from your office, that if I don't respond to your calling my name within the time span of a finger snap, you'll lose your train of thought concerning whatever it is you wanted me to do, and of course that will be my fault. But what I really want to know is, what gives you the educational, the environmental, or even social status to pass gas in your office, then call me into your office and have me sit there waiting for you to finish whatever email or agreement passage you just happen to be in the middle of, and then tell me you just wanted to know that I was sitting at my desk? Who hands out these certificates, and where can I get one? I do not understand how such an odor can come from anyone resembling a human being, and it goes completely unacknowledged. I have no desire to assimilate myself with whatever it is, crawl into your hindquarters and expired there. And I don't believe one of the all the qualifications on my resume that entitle me to do my job efficiently, that one of them was suffers fools and the wrath of atomic farts gladly. You show no honor, sir, no honor, no evidence of maintenance over your bodily functions, and have demonstrated a complete and utter lack of respect for my nostrils. You need to know these things, sir. And since I've only had 3 beers so far, I can say these things. And since I checked your voicemail, you don't need to know these things. Ah, screw it. Smell your own farts. Old man, enjoy the rest of your day. Sincerely yours, Never mind.
All right.
I'm not, like I said, some words are just things that piss me off, just something I gotta say, like the book's coming out soon.
All right.
Some words offer a little healing, though. I'd like to offer those to you tonight as well. I write because I used to recite. Pigtail little girl with a big voice, standing in church with a microphone in one hand and a piece of bright-colored cardboard paper in the other, reading words from other writers found by my mother and father, realizing the more I read, the more they became prouder of me. The more I read, I became prouder of me. I write because those words were stolen from me, or so it seemed. A misplaced reading appeared in the hands of another, made my parents scowl, my soul growled, enough to wonder if others could do this. How could I take my place in this world, make my stand? The answer came from blank white pages and a pen in my hand, from papers bearing big blue big scribbles or Smith Corona ink. Now I could offer praise, crack a smile, or just make someone think. I write because I was no fighter or charmer. Rhymes and free writes were my weapons, syllables were my armor. I write for the heifers in high school who made my life hell and then got their little asses in trouble themselves. I write for my schemes, collegiate dreams, and to speak my mind once, even if the words sound mean. I write for all the teenage trouble I never got in. I write because I was raised to be a wife before I knew what it meant to be a woman. I write because even a good girl has to say the word fuck sometimes. I write because sometimes life is hard, because sometimes people are strange, and because gun licenses take too long to acquire. I write because deep down inside I'm still a little girl who's afraid of pissing God off, and yes, I am aware that saying the word fuck just now has not done me any favors. I write because I have to. I write because my mother wanted to. I write because a wise Miguel Algarin once said, do not keep the words inside you. I write because I love to, because I still aspire to honor the bones of those gone before me and thank the souls of those who still stand beside me, and to understand the wild-minded child that still is me, holding a microphone in one hand and a piece of paper in the other, still wanting nothing more than to make my parents prouder. Words for you. Brace yourselves. Brace yourselves. No, I'm gonna be a little smooth with this one, actually.
Bring it.
To my 12-year-old self as she deals with the divas on her youth choir. This will pass. Not immediately, but in the Creator's own time will you finally be blessed with your chance to shine. You were not schooled in ways where a raised fist settled disputes. Rather than explode, you were taught to endure. Branding yourself as different, and therefore the effort involved in turning the other cheek over and over and away from the barbed wire whips, in their words, have given you whiplash. This won't last. Right now, your silence is mistaken for weakness. Sadly, it is your cross to bear to see and to hear why hell now stands empty. The devils are in the church, and they don't appreciate being discovered. They will crowd around themselves to shut you out. They will lift themselves up higher to press you down. And their constant demands of exaltation from the congregation each and every time they sing solos on the choir will have you questioning. So you must remember, the light you already possess and will gain in your voice is already so strong that they will have to sing until they are screeching, shout until they are crying, and dance until their feet are bleeding just to come close to the power you can produce in a whisper. Your words will be like warm oil poured into the eel that calms 1,000 ills. It will be as a rainwater spring that can bore holes into the tallest of mountains. God does not want raised fists to lead his army, and this race is not given to the swift or to the strong. It is given to those who serve, those who stick with his plan, make their stand and don't swerve, and someday you'll see. Those same divas that forget to do unto others will one day have their masks torn asunder, shame faces and rounded bellies, revealing them to be something much less than oh so holy. There will be no apology. Don't look for it. Don't wish evil on them. There's no joy in it. You are the quiet storm from which you will reap words of wisdom to those who have the ear and courage to listen. Your time is coming, word warrior. And if you can look up and dig in, you will win.